just some of the local events that have been covered on Artifacts, the monthly cable TV show which is shown on Regional 6 and City Cable 34, Minneapolis.
And we'll be back in just a moment with 3 Minnesota authors. But right now it's a pleasure to introduce Dudley Riggs. My first guest is Lois Holton. But first I'm very excited to have with us mayoral candidate and City Council President Sharon Sells Belton. We're having on the show... The essence of Artifacts is to look at the arts and the people who do the arts in the Minneapolis Twin Cities area. There are a lot of issues that relate to the arts. I think the arts are part of the glue that holds a community together.
That's art, and the community was involved in it, and that's just as important as some of the works.
Besides promoting local artists, one of the goals of the show is to maintain a dialogue concerning the role the arts should play in the community.
How a city or a state relates to the arts is very important. There's a role for municipal involvement with the arts. And so when the Minneapolis mayoral race was warming up, we made a point to invite as many of the candidates as we could to come one by one on the show. And so we were fortunate to have most of the major candidates on the show the winter before the elections were held, including the current mayor, who subsequently went on to win election. And we were able to talk with her about what she saw the city's role being in terms of the arts. And I think we helped focus that debate a little bit.
And this is really what we ought to be, having art do. Not only give us some beauty, but also teach us something. Help us to understand.
Phil Lindsay, the show's host, himself a former performing comic on the local scene, makes sure that there is always a diverse variety of guests. Some of them include painters, poets, musicians, actors, comic book artists, authors, ballet dancers, sign languagers, experimental video artists, and the list goes on.
We've had a lot of fun with different kinds of guests. I mean, we've had real serious discussions with people about funding and some of the serious things that are going on in the arts, controversial issues like Miss Saigon, which was of concern to some people in a variety of parts of the community. But we've just had fun with people too. We've had clowns and jugglers on. We've had people that were on the cutting edge of some new emerging art forms. We've had some well-known people in the Twin Cities arts community like Lois Holton and Dudley Riggs. We had the founder of the Sounds of Blackness on. You founded the group.
I founded the group.
Now what was that like? How did you pull, how many people did you pull together?
For the future, Phil has some plans to expand the show and increase its effectiveness.
What I'd like to kind of move the show to, for our audience's sake, is a show where they can watch actual artists in process, whether they're painting something or working in an art studio or dancing, singing, performing, or whatever. So I'd like to kind of create it more as a stage show that gets taped and presented on television with the guests and the issues that we'll continue to do.
I'm singing to myself. There's a magic to my mornings, there's a quiet in my heart.
I want to be able to give people a window through Artifacts on what they could get involved in or go and see in the Twin Cities art scene.
And he plays with the bass and guitar. They are
The nightingale said to the giraffe.
Long ago, an Indian war chief counseled his people in the way they should walk. He wisely told them, education is the ladder to success and happiness. Go, my son, go and climb that ladder. Go, my son, go and climb the ladder. Go, my son, go and earn your feather. Go, my son, make your people proud of you. Work, my son, get an education. Work, my son, learn a good vocation and climb, my son. Go and take a lofty view. From on the ladder of an education, you can see to help your Indian nation. Then reach, my son, and lift your people up with you.